Imagine a place so mysterious, so utterly lost, that it swallowed one of history's greatest explorers whole. Not just him, but his entire team. Vanished without a trace, chasing a legend so grand, it seemed impossible. We're talking about the Amazon, a labyrinth of green that still holds secrets even today. But what if, deep within its emerald heart, lay not just scattered tribes, but a magnificent, forgotten civilization? A city of gold, of advanced peoples, a place only whispered about in ancient texts. This is the story of Colonel Percy Fawcett, a man whose haunting obsession with the lost city of Z didn't just consume his life, it made him a legend, a ghost, an enigma. And what he sought? It might have been more real than anyone dared to imagine. Our story begins not with a madman, but with a seasoned professional, Colonel Percy Harrison Fawcett. A towering, imposing British explorer, an officer in the Royal Artillery, and a respected cartographer, Fawcett was known for his iron will, his boundless stamina, and an uncanny ability to survive the harshest conditions on Earth. He was the kind of man who would cheerfully trek through malarial swamps, armed with nothing but a machete and a compass, all while maintaining a stiff upper lip. In the early 20th century, the Royal Geographical Society tasked him with mapping uncharted territories in the Amazon basin, specifically the borders between Bolivia and Brazil. This wasn't some gentle stroll through the park. This was the wild, untamed Amazon, a place where every step could mean a venomous snake, a hostile tribe, or a swift, agonizing death from disease. Fawcett faced starvation, dehydration, relentless insect swarms, jaguars, electric eels, and cannibals. Yet, he pushed on, mapping regions no European had ever seen, proving his mettle time and again. It was during these grueling expeditions that Fawcett began to hear whispers. Indigenous tribes spoke of ancient ruins, massive cities swallowed by the jungle. But the real spark for his lifelong obsession came from an old document, Manuscript 512. This 1753 text, found in the National Library of Rio de Janeiro, detailed a Portuguese bandeirante expedition that allegedly discovered a magnificent, abandoned city deep in the Brazilian interior. The document described multi-story stone buildings, arches, statues, and paved roads. Fawcett became convinced. He wasn't looking for a primitive settlement, he was searching for a sophisticated, highly advanced civilization that had vanished. He named this elusive metropolis Z. Fawcett's theories were radical for his time. Most academics believed the Amazon's environment couldn't support large, complex societies. They dismissed indigenous accounts as mere folklore and saw Fawcett as a deluded romantic, perhaps even insane. But Fawcett, with his first-hand knowledge of the jungle and its secrets, knew better. He theorized that Z might be a remnant of Atlantis or a lost colony, a place of immense riches and technological advancements beyond comprehension. His imagination, fueled by his own experiences and the ancient text, painted a vivid picture of stone temples, intricate canals, and a people far more advanced than anyone could fathom. He believed this city, hidden beneath a century of growth, held answers to the very origins of civilization. Over the next 2 decades, Fawcett embarked on multiple expeditions into the Amazon, each more daring and dangerous than the last. He faced constant setbacks, funding ran out, companions deserted, supplies dwindled, and the jungle itself fought back with relentless fury. But each failure only strengthened his resolve. The public, captivated by his exploits, followed his journeys with bated breath. He became a living legend, the last true Victorian explorer, venturing into the unknown. He returned from these trips gaunt, often ill, but always with new fragments of evidence, new stories, and an even stronger conviction that Z was out there, waiting to be found. Then came 1925. Fawcett, now 58, was preparing for what would be his final, most ambitious expedition. He had secured funding from a consortium of newspapers and wealthy patrons, promising a definitive discovery. This time, he was joined by his eldest son, Jack, and Raleigh Rimmel, a longtime friend of Jack's. Fawcett had a profound premonition, confiding to friends that if he didn't return, they shouldn't send search parties, as they too would likely disappear. He spoke of preserving the expedition's secrets, of not revealing his exact route, fearing others would plunder his discovery. His last known communication was a letter sent from a place he called Dead Horse Camp on May 29, 1925. In it, he described their location, their good spirits, and their intention to head deeper into unexplored territory. He was crossing the Xingu River Basin, a region known for its dense jungles and fierce indigenous tribes. Then, silence. The world waited. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months, months into years. Percy Fawcett, Jack Fawcett, and Raleigh Rimmel had vanished. Just like Z, they had been swallowed by the Amazon. The disappearance of Percy Fawcett ignited a global sensation. For decades, the Amazon became a magnet for adventurers, treasure hunters, and obsessed explorers, all trying to solve the riddle of his vanishing. Many of these search parties also disappeared or met tragic ends, reinforcing the Amazon's reputation as a merciless devourer of secrets. His story became the stuff of legend, inspiring countless books, films, and even, it's widely believed, the character of Indiana Jones. For nearly a century, Fawcett was seen as a tragic figure, a brilliant but ultimately deluded explorer whose grand obsession led him and his companions to their doom. The idea of a sprawling, sophisticated city in the Amazon was largely dismissed as fantasy. But here's the twist, the incredible truth that time and technology have now revealed: Percy Fawcett was right. Modern archaeology, employing advanced techniques like LiDAR scanning, light detection and ranging, and satellite imagery, has begun to peel back the jungle's green shroud. What they found isn't a single city of Z in the exact spot Fawcett might have envisioned, but evidence of vast, complex, pre-Columbian societies that flourished across the Amazon basin. We're talking about massive earthworks, intricate geoglyphs, extensive road networks, highly fertile, terra preta soils created by ancient peoples, and even entire urban settlements like Kahiku, discovered in the very Xingu region where Fawcett made his last journey. These weren't small, scattered villages, these were interconnected, hierarchical societies with populations in the tens of thousands, thriving for centuries, exactly what Fawcett had theorized. The man once derided as a dreamer, chasing phantoms, was, in fact, ahead of his time. He intuitively understood what the academic world refused to believe: the Amazon was home to advanced civilizations. His specific city of Z remains elusive, a ghost within the proved reality, but his core belief in a hidden, grand past for the Amazon was profoundly prescient. Percy Fawcett's story is a chilling reminder of human obsession, the relentless pull of the unknown, and the way history sometimes takes its sweet time to reveal its true face. He disappeared chasing a legend, only for the legend itself to become, in a broader sense, undeniably true. If you enjoyed this journey into the heart of a historical mystery, hit that subscribe button and join us for more incredible stories from the past.